me started, and I was like,
Yeah. No, that was from the initial meeting earlier today when they were talking about pestilence and why we weren't doing anything. That's what I think. You don't get me started at that point because I will. Oh, you were riling me up then. I was like, nope, I can't outburst in here.
Yeah, it's I probably share the same sentiment because it's one that I've been pushing for a while, and you have to keep in mind it's like, you know, it's there's a lot of things that I deal. How do I stand around? How do I stand here as mayor and say, yes, there's a potential biological terrorist that is not only identified but is seen and known to be infecting people, and we just stand idly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my issue too.
And what's worse
there's only
is
so much I can do.
No, of course, and I don't think this is on y'all, but my only other insight into it was the person I'm telling I need to contact to make this, I never, like, it's hard to reach him, but the one time we did reach him on the matter to discuss it, he decided to spend more energy lambasting Jaycn.
Yeah, so there's potentially issues with Jaycn that I meant to be looking into, but honestly,
hey,
it's
more power to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she's like, if there are actual concerns, like help me know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like a foreign concept to me how many people have been like, Nino, she's Cyprus, right? But I don't even know, like, is she friends or family? Is she, you know what I mean? She spends more time like working from what I've seen than anything else. So, but the thing is, like, let's even go as deep as saying this. Let's say Jaycn is a fucking hunts people and writes shit into journals tracking their movement in an attempt to murder them or something, right? Like some gross thing that surely no one in government has ever done, and then got buried in the process in a official ceremonial. But let's say then the money.
Wait, is that what that Dixie thing on the docket was about?
I'm talking hypotheticals.
Oh, okay, hypothetical. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, let's say Jaycn was just some like psycho, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that she can't provide value, right? So, like, in other words, even if she is like the worst human being, okay, maybe if she's the worst human being, sure, but like, you don't say no to a solution, right? As your first reaction, you say, "What do you know? How can you help?" Like, you know what I mean? Before saying just no and putting up a wall. And that's literally what I saw. And for me, I can only translate that in my mind as, well, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? And you, by right now, what, a team of what, one? You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's a weird situation we're in, given people's views of the guy. There's a lot of superstition, and it's been very hard to get past that. But if you're not dealing with the source, then what the hell are you going to deal with? There's no point dealing with the small people because they're easily replaced.
I would agree. The notion of going for the small people, in my mind, makes sense because you don't have enough on the guy at the top. But if the guy at the top is documentedly, let's be honest here, Doc, I'm just going to be open with you on this, is we know that he, like, as in the meeting, there's clearly documentation of him getting people sick, right?
Yes. Yep.
There is documentation that he's giving people the antidote, and some of those people are in law enforcement. So that is, you bring him in and you fucking interrogate his ass. You know what I mean? You kick his fucking doors in. And what's the worst that happens? That, like, you don't charge him right away, but without like, what do we know? Like, kick his doors open, and there might be an entire fucking lab inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people have
I'm
died.
frustrated.
Now, that's the thing. People have now died to this. It's oddly enough, the same meeting I'm talking about, right? That occurred, in which, you know, Jaycn, it wasn't even like, hey, like, it wasn't even like you could tell they're sus. It was literally like, you're a criminal. Prove that you can do this. It was very
close-minded.
Yes. A day, because I was asking, like, yo, we keep having these meetings about hocus pocus and like getting scared and all these rumors and shit. What are you doing about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to be like, man, here's all that sucks. I'm having this conversation because I'm saying, what next? Right? And the next day, someone died.
Look, people like problems, not solutions, it seems. That's been this thing the entire time.
I'm gonna try to make forward progress on it to give you guys the legs. I am going to I'm gonna see what I can do, because the last I heard is my history to this is marshals are looking at it, Aaron and co were looking at it, a separate group in Blaine County was looking at it. They started doing dumb shit and they got banned from looking at it. And then I don't know, there's just a lot of like petty shit that now is resulting in, you know, someone openly committing biological warfare in the city, right?
Yeah, I've said that all along, that it's biological warfare and torture. It's pushing on to terrorism, even if the charge strictly doesn't cover it at the moment. And we're just going, yeah, we got video evidence of it, but who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I can do, and I'll try to work with the marshals to try to figure it out, because, and I want to be clear here, they themselves may also feel like there may be a communication breakdown as well, you know? One of those, oh, this person was going to lead it on and they didn't know they were supposed to lead it on type shit, right?
Right. Why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Doc.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Try and get updated on everything concerning Humane Labs research team.
Oh, chat with Jaycn.
No, it's a different Humane Labs research team. That's not Jaycn.
What do you mean?
The marshals have contact with a director of Humane Labs that isn't Jaycn, and they have done for months.
Huh?
Yeah. I can't really say anything more than that, because I don't know how much you're being kept in the loop, but I think there's stuff you're not being told that you should know.
You know for sure that there is... Oh my god. If there's any truth to that, that is like so fucking cooked.
Yeah, well, that's where some of my worries about Jaycn comes from, because she's saying she's operating Humane Lab as a director, and then I hear there's another long known about director. So try.
I mean,
I am eventually going to try get to the bottom of it, but
yeah,
at the moment, at the moment, I'm trying to deal with Shift 2 deciding that one of our own can be human trafficked and they don't give a shit.
What? What do you mean? Like a cop can be human trafficked?
A cop was attempted to be human trafficked.
Under
in
what
Shift
pretense?
2,
yeah.
Under what pretense people were trying to sell her after kidnapping her.
That's not human trafficking, is it? I think
it is when they transport her with the intent to sell her. It comes under human trafficking.
I'm out of the city. I know that's true, but I thought it was only...
No, in the city as well. If you read the charge, hang on, I'll read exactly what it says for you. So the end of the charge states, alternatively, the kidnapping and transportation of a human. Yeah.
Yeah, that line wasn't there way back when. Okay. Well, so you're saying they should do it or they shouldn't?
Oh, Shift 2 should be dealing with it, and they can't be fucked. They can't be fucked, so I'm dealing with it. Oh, yeah. Further reason, they're not doing it. They're not dealing with it because the victim wanted to be kidnapped. That's what they're stating without ever talking to her. Yeah. So I'm dealing with that, and that's why I can't deal with other shit, because I'm now having to deal with the criminal and the internal shit. I'm working with basically all the Shift 1 command and High Command to get this sorted, because Shift 2 can't be trusted. Welcome to my world, Nino. I'm a little senior who shouldn't be dealing with shit like this, but the people that should be can't be fucked because they're lazy.
Sounds like you should just take radishes, Dom. I might fix it.
I would just like someone in Shift 2 that would actually like to do the job and make sure people are doing things properly.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the mix of that. I will tell you that this is my outside perspective as someone that does, you know, deal with a lot of people and, you know, does interface with both Shift 1 and 2. There is a barrier of tension that could be playing into this, and both sides are very much guilty of it, you know? And so I hope that's not what it is, but, you know, as with everything, I'm only pointing that out just in case those factors may be making it worse, you know?
Yeah. My view in a situation like this is I don't give a fuck what your personal issue is with people. You do your fucking job. And
I agree.
Beyond that, if you can't be bothered, then something's got to be done about you.
Yeah, I agree. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you get on. You're probably busy because I know there was a big legislative meeting. So no doubt you've got a busy time ahead of you, whatever that was about.
I do. Oh, I do. Trust me. All right, well, Doc, I appreciate it. Please do keep me informed and in the loop. I'm going to ask something openly. Can I confront Jaycn about this other director thing? Because I'm going to be frank. Like, I'm kind of annoyed if the marshals knew there's another director and that they have evidence of illegitimacy. There's a couple things that are at fault here, right? Should Jaycn be suspect 100%, but the truth should have been already FOIA'd, right? And I told him this a couple months ago.
Don't go there.
Why?
I even put a subpoena in, and you know, look, I wanted to know who owns that building.
Yeah.
And any businesses that operate out of it.
Yeah.
It was denied, and the reason by the judges and justices, because I've spoke to multiple people, in which the outcome seems to be, we don't even know where the fuck that information would come from.
Do it again.
Okie doke.
Or let me ask.
Yeah.
Even though it's outside my jurisdiction, because those answers. Oh my God, brother! I'm gonna tell you like this, Doc. Some of these people are such dumb fucks, right? Including, you know, when I get mad at like BCSO or got mad at other entities, these dumb fucks have been literally told, like, by as high as it goes, that you can do these things, right? That's why we have all this shit, right? If we want to make, like, I don't know, like, you know, fucking pulling your dick out and spinning it in the middle of the street, we can legalize that. If we need to like FOIA something that you can't easily extract, right, from the MDT, that can be produced, right? Like literally everything is, this isn't like back in the day where You know, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like if we really need to know who made this red bridge, like on Elysian Highway, you could probably get the answer to that. And those avenues exist. Like, and they know. They should have known.
Okay, that's interesting because I've got another issue. I need to actually talk with Maxwell to see if the Chiefs push through with it. 911's, anonymous 911, sure, we can't get them phone numbers. But when cops reply to them with shitty messages that can get us shot.
I believe Peters has already done that successfully. How do I put this? It depends how. Okay. Ugh. How do I put this?
So the way I see
it, the line of likelihood is based on how important it is, right? So as an example, let's say, like, I'm gonna use an extreme example. If the facelet, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah.
I heard back in the day you used to do triangulation shit, right? With phone calls. And, you know, it went through something, but it had scrutiny by inspectors, right? So there may be some checks that take place, you know, like, you know, it just, you know, it can happen. It just needs to be a really, really, really fucking good reason, right? And that doesn't guarantee it, but that's the mental to go in with.
Okay, so basically the amount of work that goes in has to be justified to get there, which makes sense. It sounds like it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. Going back to the director thing, though, like, I really want to know this, too, because, like, from my POV, I've actually asked her very directly, like, are you the director? And she gives me the impression that yes, and she hasn't really lied to me. But at the same time, I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like, I'm the director, smile, or is it I'm the director, here's the deed. You know what I mean?
Yes. So,
or there could be two directors. You know what I mean? But either way, that information is you can seek it, right? I mean, I imagine that FOIA could probably go to her secretary that must do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
This is so easy to solve.
Yeah, so I advise going to Blaine County because it's in their jurisdiction, and then just go out from there. But it just got flat denied in the end. So I think right now, hold off talking to Jaycn because I do want to talk to her as well. And honestly, I'll be happy to do it in, like, I'll Miranda her, but in a casual setting where you can be there as well. So it's just because it's more.
I'm not her handler. You know what I mean? She works for me, but like, she's her own woman, right? Like, I have people in my office.
That's what I was gonna say. We give her the option. Like, look, Nino, your mayor, wants to be there. You've always been open.
No.
So
I would not want to be there. I'll tell you why. It's an ethics issue, right? Like, if this is like her. I'm the mayor. She works for my office. She primarily works with, like, court center, right? She gives some aspect of, like, advice from, like, some sector of civilians, right? Like businessy people, just like Junior does. But it's like, just like Junior and SecuroServe, that's like his private business. So the mayoral influence should not, like, touch it. Like, I am interested as a friend, as a employer, but, like, mostly the outcome because there's implications on the mayor's office in Los Santos County, but her being the director is like her shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'll be honest, criminally wise, there's very few things we can do in regards to it because the laws there's not really a lot of laws around, like pretending you're part of a business you may not be. Unless she's, like, trying to financially benefit out of it. There's, like, some bits I can try push, but it's very small scale. It's more trying to get answers for, like, the bigger picture as to if she's the director, who the fuck is this other guy?
I mean, a director is also in most
there could be
companies.
multiple directors.
There's usually multiple directors. Yeah, like director of this, director of that. But either way, I feel like
basically, I more want to just have a chat with her because no one else is going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And given that the marshals have known about this other director for months,
and they haven't told me, like, can I ask you something? Like, I don't for a second believe this because I've seen her conviction in wanting to find a cure, and I don't believe for a second what I'm about to say is true, but hypothetically, am I hearing that she could have been working for Pestilence, like in a most insane scenario, and they didn't tell me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So my advice is this: speak to the marshals.
Yeah.
And state that you need to know any information about Humane Labs they have in regards to like operations. And the other thing, ask about transportation of any patients out of the city. That second one is highly important. I can't give you information, but it's something you should have been told about.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, God,
right,
Opal's trying
Doc,
to kill me.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, you take care.
Take care. Bye.
Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ! Fucking slam the fucking dashboard. Yeah.